What's up, everybody? All right, you are gonna love this. So the last few videos, I've really been focused on triads. We're gonna do that here, but again, connect the dots, right? So everyone's been asking about the right hand technique for this. You're gonna love this. It's gonna make playing by yourself so much more fun, and you're gonna really put this whole thing together, all right? And put some new strings on the old Yamaha. Been loving that 75 Guild D50 my mom made me. I'll link that at the end. But for the sake of knowing what's going to happen here, I don't really want you to focus on my left hand, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you what we're going to do. It's all in the right hand, all right? So stick with me, okay? So we're going to do like a chord progression, like C bar chord to C triad, okay? And there's the triad shape right there. See that? It's on the D, G, and B strings. All three of the triads and the chords are going to go to that shape, except for the last one, which is minor. I'll show you, okay? Then we're going to go down to the G major bar, to the G major triad, okay? We'll see if we make it this far. And then we're gonna do an A minor bar to an A minor triad, same string set. Now just pay close attention. There's charts linked in the description that shows you all of this information. You gotta flat that third to take it from an A major to an A minor. There's your music theory. All right, here is the crux of this lesson. So, I want you to make the bar. This doesn't matter what your skill level is. You can be a total beginner, intermediate, advanced. This is good for everybody. I'm gonna give you little chunks. You piece it together and do what works for you. So, grab your bar. Now, if you watch my right hand, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit that root note C and then I'm gonna flick the whole bar chord, okay? So I'm gonna go. So see if you can just pick the C root with your thumb. That's the low E. Get that. Get that internal drummer in your head. No metronome. This is to help you build a rhythmic kind of like your own internal meter, your own internal drummer to help you build rhythm, all right, and connect it smoothly, all right? So, all right, so now, after that, we'll go down to the G, same thing, hit the low E. This is real simple, okay? If you want, you don't even have to fret the chord. You could go like this. Try and get that low E. It's almost like you're creating a bass line. And then to that A minor bar. Again, all the information is linked in the description in that Dropbox link where you pull these chord charts. I even highlighted the triads for you, made it real simple. Okay, now, if we want to take it a little to the next step, this is kind of like phase 2 of this, what I like to do to give the chord progression a little bit of bounce is I like to do an 8th note on the low E. So I go like this. 1 and 2 and da da. See that? Da. I go da 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 da. G. So you got the bass line going. All right? So that is how you do that. So see if you can just, if you can't do the whole chord progression, just focus on one chord. Just sit there and see if you can get this groove going. Try and do the 8th note. It makes it a little more fun. It swings a little bit more. Okay. If you're more of an intermediate or advanced player, let's go to the next level. See if you can hit the E and then the A. So you've got the root and the 5. So you're going C, G. So, see. See what I'm doing there is I'm doing the low E, flick, and then the A. Back and forth. Now all the way through the progression using the E and A. And again, if you can't do that, just stay on the low E. So G, A. Again, real close with my hand, just on the C chord, but this is the idea. Look. Low E, 1 and flick. 2 and flick. Okay, that's what I'm doing through the whole progression. Now, let's kind of go into like phase 3. This is where it gets trickier. This is what takes you up to the next level as a player. Let's take that triad. Now, see the triad shape? You gotta be really controlled. I'm gonna show you this. So now see if you can go So these are the notes, C, E, G. That's the beauty of this triad shape on this string set. It's just right down, root, third, fifth, C, E, G. Again, in the chord charts, link in the description, so watch. So see if you can get this now. So now you have to be a little tighter. You can't flick as hard with the whole bar chord because you gotta have more control. So, see that? Whole progression. Okay, now if you want to take it even a step further, you could do this. You could hit the C and then the major third. So see how controlled you have to be with your thumb. Now I've heard some guitar teachers are like, oh no, you can't use your thumb to pick the G or the B or the high E, but you know what? Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you want, okay? So don't beat yourself up over this. So you're forging your own style, okay? So why don't you try this? To wrap this up, why don't you try, when you want to take it to the full level, why don't you go bar chord, triad, on the C, bar chord, triad. Again, this is all about the right hand technique. So if you've never fingerpicked, this is a great way to bust out bar chord, triad. So like this. Down to G, triad, A minor triad, A minor bar, triad. All right, so kind of hard to talk and play that, but just, if you can't get that, just start with one chord and build up from there. Just get this, pick the root, flick, just on the low E. This is where you build it up. It's hard for me not to do the eighth note. My body wants to bounce, so just on the low E root. Little groove. This is where you're trying to take this stuff. All right, so you following me there? Again, I'm trying to make this connect for you. So if you're a pick player, don't pigeonhole yourself into just playing with the pick. This is your day to shine. Get that right hand technique going and put some mojo into it. Don't let the guitar control you. I want you to control the guitar. So now you're taking the left hand technique of these triads, and now you're adding in some mojo with like a picking and a percussion thing, all right? There's so many things you can do. Even on these triads, you could pick that root and pull up. Slapping. See that? There's so many directions you can go, but trust me, then I'll just show you this and we'll build this out, okay? So if this is helping you, hit that like button. If you're new, would love to keep you forever. Subscribe. You guys know the drill. Check out the links in the description. But one more thing. What you can do is you need that situational awareness. So right here we have a C major scale, G major scale, A minor, okay, pentatonic. So you could do something like get the bass line moving like this where you use notes out of the major scale. See that? So that's what it's all about. So that thumb flick. Just sit on the couch. Get this without even fretting the chord yet. All right, so let me know what you think. Do you like these kind of videos? I'm trying to go a little more like lo-fi, just straight to the point. Again, this sounds amazing on acoustic. If you only have an electric, do it on an electric. But try and go back and forth. Bar, triad. Work the whole progression out. Back and forth. So you're gonna love this. All right, remember what I say, only you can stop you. You're not gonna stop, you're gonna keep going. And if you made it this far, drop the word jellyfish in the comments. I love knowing that people have attention spans. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.